This is my short film about space travel and how it's developed through the years by Katie Lomas. In 1942, Germany launched the V2 rocket. This was the first rocket to reach 100 kilometers in space. In the late 1940s, they started to send animals up into space, like monkeys, one of which was named Albert, and dogs, one of which was named Licker. On the 4th of October 1957, Russia landed the first satellite in space. In 1959, American and Russian scientists had a race to get a spacecraft in space. Russia won. The first man in space was Yuri Gagarin, and he went up in 1961. In 1963, Valentina Tereshkova went up into space and is the first woman in space. She orbited the Earth 48 times. In 1966, the Surveyor spacecraft took photos of the moon's surface. In 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, Buzz was a nickname, his real name was Edwin, was the first man on the moon, and Apollo 11 took them up there. In 1970, Apollo 13 had an explosion and NASA scientists had to use what was on the spacecraft to fix it. Everyone on board survived. In 1971, Apollo missions 4, 5 and 6 used the moon car, even though it only went 8 miles per hour. In 1973, Mars explored by Russian space probe. Probe means to search. In 1986, January, a space channeler exploded and everyone on board died. These are the people that died. In 1991, Helen Sharman won a competition to be the first British woman in space. It took 18 months of training, and before she went up in space, she used to work for a Mars bar company. In 2000, the first permanent crew moved into the International Space Station, and they've been living there ever since. There are 3 people who are permanently there, but up to 10 people can live there. In 2004, European Space Agency launched the Rosetta probe to reach Comet 67P. In 2014, Rosetta probe landed on Comet. In the future, NASA aims to send people to Mars in 2030.